What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Road Tuesday, and yesterday we covered. Whoo, it's so hot here. First of all, my AC's not working. If you don't know, I live in Memphis, Tennessee. It's hot, and my AC's not working. Oh my goodness, we are sweating right now playing Pokemon. Some exciting times today. But today, like I said, yesterday we looked at a very deck that I love, and that is Zork. And today we're looking at a card I love a lot, and that is Gallade. But last year, this deck was played. It was played by Russell Apart, his kind of crew. And we see that this week it actually makes a reappearance, and that is its Gallade Octillery deck, which is, my goodness, it is really broken now. Thanks, I mean, not broken. It's not broken, but it's become really good thanks to some new cards in the set. Not new cards, new card in this set. Maybe cards as well. It has 2 cards that you gain from this set. But I want to give a shout out to Noel, who played it, making top 16. He did unfortunately play Greninja. If I could find his matchups, hold on, let me see if I can find it. His matchups, what he lost to. He says Greninja is, of course, a bad matchup. I mean, obviously, it's really bad. Shadow Stitching shuts this deck down dramatically. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna look through this stuff. I don't think. Oh, here it is. So he lost to Espeon Garb, which seems really bad because you get hit for weakness. If you don't know, Gallade is weak to Psychic, so it beats you up. He beat a little Ninetales, just 1 win, so must have win a win, and then game 2 must tied. Sylveon lost win tie, so he lost the win in the 3rd game. They didn't finish. Lycan Raichu he beat, so win. Drampa Garbodor, win-win. Mega Ray, win-loss tie. Zork break, Drampa, win-win. Drampa Garb, win-win. Drampa Garb, win-win. So you can see, he beat 3 Drampa Garbs, double win, which is amazing. And you might be thinking, how is that possible? We'll show that here in the video today, how that is possible. It's such, you can trade knockouts pretty easily back and forth. They might run out of Garbodors. You're guaranteed to Gallade every single turn, thanks to some mechanics in your deck, which is fantastic. In day 2, he lost win-win to a Vespiquen Zork. Lost to Vikavolt Tapu Lele Quadra. I'm guessing Darkrai. Yeah, just Quad Darkrai. He won and then tied it. Unfortunately, one tie. Oh, I guess he went to tie in game 2 and still won. Yeah, he won and then ran out of time game 2. Vikavolt lost, win the tie, and then Greninja break, the biggest loss ever. Because once he lost that, he didn't make top 8, unfortunately. But let's go over this deck. I think it's a fantastic, strong play. When you see this deck in action, it is very scary. But the key right now is going to be this Gallade with that premonition attack. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back on top of your deck in any order. You're guaranteeing those next cards you draw into. And of course, you could do this Octillery. Octillery lets you draw and you have 5 cards in your hand. So you can premonition, rearrange the top 5 cards of your deck and draw them with Octillery. But one thing you do now with this deck is play Mallow. Mallow puts you search deck for 2 cards, put them on top of your deck, and shove the other cards back, and put those 2 cards on top of your deck. And with Octillery, you can draw into those 2 cards and combine those into the blade. You do 60. If you played a supporter card this turn, you do 70 more damage, so 130. Plus a Silver Wrangle, you do 160, which doesn't seem too strong. But early game, you can use like Tapu Koko and Flying Flip Spread. If you don't use the Mallow, you can use Kukui, which does an extra 20 damage to knock people out. But the thing about this deck is that you keep streamlining Gallades over and over again, and they have to keep constantly dealing with 150 HP Pokemon that does 130 damage, and this is easily doable thanks to, you can put Mallow, you can put a DC and a Ralts on top of your deck, you get Teammates for any 2 cards in your deck, you can, Mallow, draw 2 cards, Premonition, shuffle the top 5, Abyssal Hand, draw some cards, Abyssal Hand, and Premonition, Abyssal Hand again. Because once you have 2 Gallades and 2 Octilleries, you can double Premonition, double Abyssal Hand to get any cards in your deck, which is fantastic. And that's what makes this deck so strong and a great contender coming up for this weekend and for U.S. Nationals as well. So really good. And like I said, Tapu Koko isn't there for that Flying Flip, doing 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, which can help you hit some great numbers with that Premonition, Sensitive Blade attack, Sensitive Blade, plus a Silver Wrangle, a Choice Band. So I'm going to keep saying Silver Wrangle because it's the same exact thing. But Choice Band, you get that plus 30, so you do 160. With a Flying Flip, you can do 20. And even if you don't knock it out and they retreat it, later on you can Flying Flip the knockout, which is really cool. And of course, the Octillery to draw 5 cards. And like always, we need the Lele's for that support to get any supporter card out of our deck. Now, the deck does play 1 Field Blower. I would personally maybe like a second one. Just so you can work, if you don't have to worry about too much about the Toxin Garbodor, which is the only thing I really worry about. For Level Ball and for Ultra Ball, we need to get our Pokemon at ASAP, which is, it does help it a lot, because, you know, Octillery has 90 HP or less, Remoraid has 90 HP or less, Kirlia has 90 HP or less, and Ralts has 90 HP or less. For Rare Candy, get that turn 2 Gallade pretty easily. It seems like it's hard, but with Octillery, like turn 1, turn 2, you go straight for Octillery, use Mallow, get Rare Candy Gallade, draw into them, and then you're good to go, and you're going to start going places for sure. 1 Rescue Stretcher to shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile back in your deck, and 2 Special Charge. You only played 4 DCs, so you need to reuse those DCs over and over again, which can help you out. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 via Seeker, of course, for consistency. So, turn 1, what you really want to do is use Brigette to put 3 Pokemon on your bench. And since you played like 4 Ralts and 2 Remoraid and a Tapu Koko, you have really fantastic starters. Of course, you can always start with Tapu Lele, but we gotta cross our fingers, hope that doesn't happen. 1 Hex Maniac, which can still go really well with the Gallade, because let's say you need to Sensitive Blade but knock out the active, but you really don't need the cards, you can't teammates, you can't end, you really don't want to do anything. Well, you can just Hex and automatically shut off abilities and take a knockout that way. But Hex is still good. It can help out someone against Decidueye, even though that's probably a bad matchup. Like turn 2 Vileplume is pretty bad for this deck. I mean, 100%. It's terrible for this deck. 1 Karen, shove all Pokemon back from the discard pile into the deck, which can make you reuse your Pokemon, but not only that, it can help you out against Vespiquen, because then, once again, Vespiquen has to put 13 Pokemon in the discard pile, because you have 150 HP. Choice Band does not work, you're not a GX or EX, so they have to shuffle 13 Pokemon back in the discard pile, and you keep doing this over and over and over again, and keep activating Sensitive Blade while negating your opponent's discard pile, which is really cool. 1 Lysandre, which 1 might seem kind of bad, but it is enough. You'll see that for sure in the game. 3 Mallow, MVP of the deck. Oh my goodness. Never been so much in love with Mallow till this game. Just beam it a Mallow, put those cards on top of your deck with Octillery, and then draw into him is, oh my goodness, it's so broken. 3 in, 1 Kukui, of course, to hit that 180 damage if needed. 1 Teammates, if somebody knocks your Pokemon out, you can just like Rare Candy Gallade and be like, I'm here to party again. Glade's back alive. 3 Choice Band, of course, do that additional 30 damage. 2 Float Stone and 4 DC. And that is going to be the Gallade Octillery deck. And I promise today, there are some videos you want to watch. You want to watch and see these. There's some great matches. Noel says, hey, Espeon Garb is a bad matchup. But today, we're going to test it out. Can we beat Espeon Garb? And if we beat that, you can see how we can beat Drampa Garb. Remember, Drampa is weak to fighting. Zoric's weak to fighting. Umbreon's weak to fighting. Drampa, like, there's so many Pokemon that are weak to fighting right now. Not so many, but a lot of the great decks are played to fight a weak Pokemon that Gallade can take advantage of. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry the introduction was kind of long, but we need to break this down a lot and show and like explain how does it work, because there's some people who've never played this deck before, don't know how to work. I unfortunately have played it last year a lot, just for fun at League, since Russell played it so, like, he did very well with it at Cities. I think it was Cities, and I was like, man, let's test this deck out. But now we don't have Korean anymore, and how can the deck do? And we're going to find that out today. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and let's see the deck in action. Alright. Alright, so what is the PRP? Are they playing Lunala? Alright, so we won the coin flip, which is great. Yes, we'll go first, and hope we'll get the turn 1 setup that we really, really need. And we have a mulligan, so press done. We'll get a new hand of 7. We're looking for that turn 1 bridge to get down multiple Pokemon. Hopefully we start with the Ralts, and we can bridge it for like 2 Ralts and a Gallade, an Octillery. And this hand is, alright, it's not too bad. It's still pretty bad though. Alright, so we're gonna put a Shaman and a Cosmog. Okay, so we'll Love Ball. Okay, alright, what's happening here? So we'll grab I'm gonna grab a Remoraid. Okay. I'm gonna put down the Remoraid. I'm gonna Mallow. Okay. Yes, I want to Mallow, and with the Mallow, I'm gonna put a DCE and a Brigette on top of our deck. Okay, I'll put those 2 cards on top of our deck, and right now I'm going to pass to our opponent's turn. He really doesn't have a way to knock us out, and what I'm going to do is Rare Candy, Gallade, Octillery, Float Stone. Oh no, it in! No! The in after the Mallow is so good. I mean, we were gonna top deck a DC. We're gonna Abyss Land, draw that bridge and be good to go. But pass on to our turn. Okay, so we found a Rescue Stretcher. Okay, so we'll put down a Remoraid. Okay. I need a Tapu Lele to search for an N. And that's pretty much the only way we can get out of this right now. Yeah, I'm gonna grab an N, and we're gonna get a new hand of 6. Okay, so yeah, grab the N. We'll play it, and let's see what 6 new cards we can find. Hopefully find a DC and Gallade. I don't want to commit the DC just yet, and hope we get, okay, so we get the stuff. We get the good stuff, so we can Rare Candy into Gallade. Okay. We can Ultra Ball, discard a Karen and a Lysandre to grab an Octillery. Alright, and then we're gonna Premonition the top 5 cards of our deck, looking for a DC so we can Premonition, we could actually take a knockout. So Premonition, and there's not one there, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm gonna put VS Seeker on top. I'm gonna put a Level Ball. I guess the others don't really matter. I'm gonna put a Koko, Kirlia, and Gallade. I mean, the other card doesn't really matter. These two are kind of useless. I don't really care. It's going to get shuffled regardless because of the Level Ball. So I'm going to grab those guys, okay? So put this guy goes, alright. And we will Bissell hand for 4. Alright, so I'm going to play my hand as low as we can, which is what we're going to do here. We'll put down the Koko. We will Level Ball for another Octillery. We will put that guy down and... Oh, oh my goodness. I forgot. That Remoraid just came down. Should have Level Balled for Ralts. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Alright, so on our opponent's turn, we see an Ultra Ball. Do we see a Rare Candy into a Solgaleo, Lunala? I'm not sure what he's playing. That deck. So there's another Cosmog, okay. Cosmog doesn't really tell me what he's playing here. Man, definitely should have grabbed a Ralts. Alright, so we see another Rainbow Energy VS Seeker for another N. Okay, so we get a new hand of 6. Alright, so let's see what we get here. How do we deal with with this guy? It has 250 HP. It is a monster. Alright, so we get Mallow, we get Rare Candy, and let's see who we fight against today. What is the guy? And we're fighting against a Solgaleo. We see a Weakness Policy Shaman. We see an Ultra Road. Gonna switch in the Solgaleo with the active and use that Soul Burst GX to get a bunch of energies on his field. Now, alright, so he's gonna get a bunch of cards, of course, whatever. Put some Psychic Energy in that guy. Oh, Psychic Energy. You gotta think he's playing Lunala and Solgaleo. Alright, so on our turn, we get a DC. Oh, that's a great top deck. Thank you, Pokemon. We'll present the Mallow for that. So, Level Ball for Ralts. Okay. We will put down the Ralts, put a Choice Band. We will Mallow, and with this Mallow, we can put 2 cards top our deck. I'm gonna grab an Octillery and a DCE for the following turn. Okay. And we will Bissell hand. It is a cool thing you do. Like, you keep just chaining these, like, Gallade and stuff like that. So, for an Octillery, we'll put a... We already attached turn. So, we'll just a Bissell hand for 1. Just to draw a card. Okay, we get a DC. Alright, so that's good. And right now, we will... Since we already Premonition, so yeah, we'll Sensitive Blade, doing 160 damage. So next time we can knock out the Solgaleo, which is nice, if needed. So we see an Ultra Ball. Go discard 2 cards from his hand, discard a Psychic and an N, and we'll see a Lunala coming down. Alright, there's a Tapu Lele, okay, and let's see what he grabs here with the Tapu Lele. Maybe an N, maybe a Sycamore. Alright, so let's see, what does our opponent get here? Now, Tapu Lele, we can Lysandre up and smack it for 1 turn, and then finish it off with Tapu Koko Flying Flip. So, we do see a Skyla coming to hand. We'll just grab a Rare Candy, and it is going to grab a Rare Candy. Alright, so let's see, do we see a Lunala GX come down? Oh boy, Rare Candy. Does he have Lunala here? And that is a Lunala GX, but it's weak to Dark. I thought it was weak to Fighting. Alright, so he's going to Psychic Transfer, going to move those Psychic Energies up to the Tapu Lele, and this is going to be a hard matchup. And weak to Psychic. Great. Fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. So we see Moongus Beam for the knockout, going out of 5 prize cards, doing 240 damage. Okay, so okay, first things first, we'll send a Tapu Koko. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so on our turn, we got the Rare Candy, We got the Gallade, okay. We can put a DC on this guy, Mallow, and with the Mallow, we can grab a Ralts and a Rare Candy. Okay. I am going to Abyssal Hand for 3. Can we just keep enough pressure or not? I do not know. Put down the Ralts. We will Abyssal Hand number 2. Draw a card. I guess I should have Premonition maybe there. And we'll Premonition look at the top 5 cards of our deck. And we already have a Rare Candy. Okay, we already have all these cards in our hand that we really, really need. Oh, boy. Alright, so we're going to put Ultra Ball on top, and then the rest doesn't really matter. Because with the Ultra Ball, we're going to switch our deck up anyway. We will retreat into the Glade. And we will go for a Sensitive Blade doing 130 damage, but we can two-shot it. Alright, so doing 100. Oh, resistance. We still can knock it out next turn if we get kind of lucky. We need a Choice Band, which we know the next card is not a Choice Band, but it is an Ultra Ball, which can rearrange top cards of our deck. We can Ultra Ball, discard Hex and Tapu Lele, Rare Candy Gallade, DCE, and be good to go. The only thing I'm worried about is we might run out of DCEs, but he does have 4 2-prize Pokemon in the field. So we see Ultra Road, gonna switch Shiny in the active, gonna send a Tapu Lele, unfortunately, put a Rainbow Energy on that Shiny X, and we'll see a Psychic Transfer, gonna move an energy to the active, okay. Oh, gonna move all these energies to the active, okay, alright, so we have an option here. So you're gonna see do enough damage, alright, 160, so he has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can guarantee a knockout with the Tapu Lele. If we can find... Oh man, if we get lucky here. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard a Hex and a Tapu Lele. Oh no, yeah, we discard Tapu Lele, that's fine. We'll grab a Ralts, okay. We will put down the Ralts, Rare Candy into the Gallade. Alright, so let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we find a Choice Band, we can take a knockout. So I'm going to Premonition look at the top 5 cards of a deck, and there is a Choice Band. So a Choice Band, I'm going to play Special Charge and these guys. Yeah, the order after that does not really matter to me, because we're going to play Special Charge, shove our deck, and we're going to shuffle our deck anyway. So we'll put a DC in the active, use that Abyssal Hand to draw 5 new cards. Alright, so we'll put a Choice Band on this guy. We will Special Charge, shuffle 2 cards, 2 special energies back in our deck. We will Abyssal Hand for another 2 cards. Getting a Brigette and a Choice Band. I'm gonna hold on to a Choice Band, and we'll treat the Tapu Lele, and we will Energy Drive for the knockout. Alright, there we go. Doing 190 damage. It was needed. We need to put that Choice Band down. We only did 160. So Field Blower, Ultra Ball, and let's see what our opponent does here. We'll see a Nala come up. Moonless Beam can only do 120. Yeah, he can maybe use Lunar Fall to knock out somebody, but except for a GX Pokemon. But what he could do is sit in Solgaleo. Soul Burst from knockout. Oh my goodness, there's a Max Potion as well. So if he has an energy, he can go for that Sunshine Strike, but he'll have to discard all of his energies and have nothing left on the field, which is fine with me. I'm fine with that play. So going to Ultra Road, going to sit in that Solgaleo, just pass onto our turn. All right, so we get a Teammates. Okay, so let's see here. Let's Field Blower, getting rid of that weakness policy. I am going to Ultra Ball, discard Brigette and Brigette to grab a Kirlia. Okay. We will put down the Kirlia. I am going to put the Choice Band down so we can try to find a Lysandre 20, 40, 60, 80, 8, 19, 11. Well, it actually does not take a knockout immediately. With Choice Band, the Gallade Steel, and we will Premonition to look at the top 5 cards of our deck. We get to draw 2. There's a Kukui, a DCE, and the other guys. Alright, so we'll put a Gallade on top, and that way we can Kukui for 2 and draw into it. So put those guys on top. We will Abyssal Hand number 1, draw 2 new cards. Alright, we will Kukui for an additional 2. We'll put a DC on this guy? I really want to retreat and single Gallade. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I'm going to retreat into Gallade. Discarding the DC, that's fine, and we will swing with a sensitive blade. It doesn't knock it out, but it does a ton of damage. And if opponent decides to knock out the attack with Vanilla, we have teammates to get a DC out of our deck, which is really good. So we see Ultra Ball, go discard 2 cards from his hand. Ooh, discards a Trubbish and a Garbodor. Oh boy. So there's a Tapu Lele. Will he grab a Sycamore? I mean, most likely you gotta think he grabs a Sycamore. And we gotta hope he doesn't find another Max Potion. If he finds another Max Potion, we're in trouble, because he can move that damage off of the Nala, and we'll be in trouble. Alright, so we'll see a Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 cards, okay? Does he find a Max Potion to heal that Nala? There's a Special Charge, shuffles some energies back in his deck, there's double Rainbow, okay? But he still has to deal with a constant, just non-EX attacker, just like attacking him over and over and over again. But we do only have 1 Rare Candy left, so that's very scary. So there's a Metal Drake going to be active, okay. Psychic Transfer. Is he going to go for Sunshine Strike here? It looks like that's what we're going to see here, which is great news for us if he goes for this attack. And he is going to Sunshine Strike. He has to discard all the energies of that Solgaleo, which is great because we can knock it out with the teammates this turn. Alright, so he's going down to 3. We'll send in the top of Koko. On our turn, I am going to... We get another special... We have 2 DCs in there. We do summon a Special Charge, shuffle 2 DCs back in our deck, so 1 and 2. I am going to Rescue Stretcher. Shuffle 3 Pokemon, discard back in our deck. We'll put 1, 2, and 3. Just a guarantee to support a card later on if needed. We will Teammates... Grabbing a Ralts and a DCE. Okay. So put this guy down. We'll put down a DCE. We'll put down the Gallade. We will premonition the top 5 cards of our deck. There's a Rare Candy, which I like a lot. We'll grab and a Float Stone. And other cards doesn't really matter. We have it in our hand regardless. So we will Abyssal Hand for the top cards of our deck. We will put a Rare Candy there automatically, which is great. Maybe we could use next turn if we find an Ultra Ball or something. So Rare Candy, Float Stone. So put a Float Stone on this guy. Put another Float Stone down. Retreat into the Gallade. We'll use another Abyssal Hand. Okay. Alright, so draw 2 cards. There's an N and a Tapu Lele, and right now we'll go for that Sensitive Blade for the knockout, going down to 2 prize cards. Alright, so we take 2 prize cards. There is a VS Seeker and a VS Seeker. Alright, so double VS Seeker, which is really cool. We can VS Seeker for teammates. If he somehow takes a knockout, there's a Glaceon coming down. He is too late, and there is a Sycamore, which means we will win this game no matter what. There's no way he can hide. You can't take a knockout of Lanala. There's a Trubbish, whatever, Field Blower coming down. Gonna get rid of the Float Stones and the Silver Bangles, but it is too late for our opponent. On to our turn. All we have to do, he has 130 HP. We have a VS Seeker. We have a Lysandre. 130. Yeah, so we do 130. So I'm gonna VS Seeker for a Lysandre, bring up that Shaymin, and we'll take the game. And there we go, guys. Even though our opponent had 250 HP, played Max Push, could heal his Pokemon, just a non-EX attacker doing 130 and 130 and 130 and 130 and 130 over and over again was too much for my opponent to handle. But we'll see into the game with the Gallade Octillery deck here in a second. Man, I'm loving it. Loving the combination of the Mallow for sure. But guys, let's see what happens in the next game. Okay. Alright, so we get Divine Calamity. Oh, it looks like they're playing a Volcanion deck. And, we'll have to see what happens. How do we deal with Volcanion? So one the coin flip. Yes, I would like to go first. And on our turn, let's see, what do we get here? Alright, so we get a turn 1. Oh, that's not a Ralts. Oh, I thought it was a Ralts. It's like, yes, we got the turn 1. Really good hand. Ultra Ball, discard a bunch of stuff. Level Ball. Nope, never mind. So we'll press done. We'll get a new hand of 7. The only thing is he could knock us out theoretically turn 1, but we have a really good hand. We got a Tapu Koko, we got a Brigette, we can search for a bunch of Pokemon, and we have a Lele for next turn, which is really strong. So we will Brigette for 2 Ralts. Alright, so ooh, an Espeon Garb deck. Alright, so we'll Brigette to grab 2 Ralts and a Remoraid. Okay, we'll grab these guys. And I'm a little bit scared, I ain't gonna lie. We'll press down into our opponent's turn, okay. Our field is so colorful. Lightning, water, psychic, water, and psychic. Okay, so it's definitely an Espeon Garb deck, and supposedly this is a bad matchup for us. I don't know why, but we'll find out here together. I don't know how this matchup goes. There's an N, which is fine with us. I mean, It's fine. It's whatever. So Ultra Ball is going to discard 2 cards from his hand. And the thing we have to worry about is Garbodor. Garbodor can, like, do some damage to us. So Trubbish come down. Yeah, Trubbish is very scary. But we can just manipulate our bench and make it where he don't do a lot of damage. And if he whips a Psychic Energy here, he can evolve the Eevee. And we can knock out his Eevee fairly easily. We get this Rare Candy Gallade, which we have. Alright, so Trubbish come down. We see a Psychic Energy. Gonna use that Energy Evolution to find an Espeon GX. So now the pain is coming. There's Espeon GX coming down. And can use that Psybeam for 60 damage. Okay. So, on our turn, what we can do is we can Rare Candy into the Gallade. Okay. So that's 1. So 20. We'll play an Ultra Ball. Oh man, 20, 40, 60. 20, 40, 60, 80, which is enough for a knockout with this Garbodor. Okay, but I think we kind of have to, or we can Level Ball, okay, and with this, we can grab Octillery, put down the Octillery, we can Level Ball for a Kirlia, alright, so grab a Kirlia, we'll put that guy down, we'll use Premonition to look at the top 5 cards of our deck, we're going to be able to draw 3. Oh, but he didn't take a knockout next turn, so Teammates is useless. Level Ball can get us another Octillery, but they were committing a lot of resources, and he can easily knock us out Garbodor. Oh boy, what do we do here? No supporter card, no Mallow, nothing. Oh my goodness. Alright, so. We'll grab Teammates. Level Ball. Tapu Koko, Rare Candy, and DC. Okay. We'll put those cards in our hand. We'll put down a DCE. And we will Abyssal Hand. And with this, we can find another Remoraid. Alright, so we'll Level Ball for another Octillery. And now you're thinking we have enough Pokemon down. We should just commit and try to just like, so 3, 4, 20, 40, 60. He's doing 160 now because we're weak to Psychic. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard Teammates, and Tapu Koko to grab another Ralts. Okay. We'll put that guy down. And we will Abyssal Hand for 5 new cards. We need to find a supporter card. Mallow, something. And we found a VS Seeker to grab nothing. We can't play any of our supporter cards, unfortunately. No. Oh my goodness gracious, Pokemon! Alright, so we can Sensitive Blade for 80. Okay. Or 90. And we'll knock out the Espeon next turn. So I'm going to Choice Band. I'm still going to go for to swing here. It doesn't knock it out. But I'd rather do that now and put some pressure on our opponent for sure. So yeah, we'll just do 90 damage onto our opponent's turn, okay. Because we can do 110 pretty easily and knock out the Espeon next turn. We can Ultra Ball, whatever. There's a Field Blower. Get rid of the Choice Band off the active. He's still going to take a knockout here if he has a DC. If he doesn't, he'll go for a Psybeam play, which seems very interesting. You would think he would definitely try to go for a knockout if he finds a DCE, but maybe he only finds a Psychic Energy. There's a Garbodor coming down, okay. We see a Psychic Energy Garbodor. We'll see a retreat to Garbodor. He will Trash Lance for the knockout, but I'm okay with this. He's going to Trash Lance for the knockout, okay? But now we can start swinging. We can take prize cards back and forth, and we can eventually Lysandre that Espeon for our last couple prize cards. That is the plan here. So on our turn, what do we find? We find a Rare Candy, okay. Alright, so I can VS Seeker for Teammates, put 2 cards in our hand, putting a DC and a Gallade. Which doesn't seem bad. Okay, so yeah, we'll VS Seeker for Teammates, because we know it's in there. So grab Teammates. We will Teammates, grabbing a Gallade and a DCE. Okay. We will Rare Candy into the Gallade. Put a DC on it. Premonition, look at top 5 cards of our deck. I'm gonna put a Gallade on top for sure. Then in for next turn. And then the rest. Okay, so we will. I should have probably looked at that a little bit carefully because we need to find a Ralts for the following turn. Well, yeah, we'll put down the Gallade. I think we're still fine, though. I think we're fine just retreating, taking a knockout. We We can Premonish again. It still uses Abyssal Hand for 1. So let's Premonish, see if we can look at top 4 cards of a deck. Cards, don't really matter. We got Mallow. Definitely seems pretty broken right now. And then the rest, not going to matter. We're just going to Mallow for that 1. And then be good to go from there. So yeah, we'll Abyssal Hand for 1. Actually, what we can do is Ultra discard the N and the Mallow. To grab a Ralts, if there's one in here. Hopefully there's one in here. Yes, there's another Ralts. We'll grab that, put that down, and we will just Sensitive Blade for the knockout. I think it's a better play for sure. So yeah, we'll Sensitive Blade for the knockout. Alright, so we're going on 5 price cards. We get it. Brigette, not really that useful. It can activate our Sensitive Blade if needed. We'll see Trubbish come up. We'll see a Garb coming down, a Psychic Energy, and we're going to be traded back and forth for a little while. But he might run out of Garbodors. We see him discard an Oricorio and a Lysandre, which is fine with me. We just gotta hope he doesn't find a Hex Maniac or a Garbodor, Garbotoxin. Both those cards could be pretty bad for us. But we're doing fine. There's gonna be 2 Ds in the discard pile. We can use Rescue Stretcher, get some Gallade and Ralts back in our deck. Alright. And you gotta remember, he has his EX on the bench. So we see an Energy Evolution. Gonna find an Espeon. Alright, so you're gonna put the Espeon down. Alright. There's a Choice Band to the Espeon. We'll see a Garbodor coming down. And a Tapu Lele. Alright, so he's got multiple Pokemon down on the field that we can kind of deal with. We just need to find a Float Stone. If we find a Float Stone, we can retreat the Gallade. Maybe try to Lysandre up somebody. There's multiple outs that we have next turn. So here comes the Espeon. I'm going to see a Psybeam for 60 because of weakness. Alright, so on our turn, what do we find? We find a VS Seeker. Alright, so VS Seeker could get us Mallow. Mallow can have as a DCE and a Float Stone. Yeah, because then we can draw 2 cards besides. So I'm gonna VS Seeker for Mallow. All right. With the Mallow, we will grab a DCE. All right, here it is in the Float Stone. So grab these 2 cards. We will Abyssal Hand for 2. We'll put a Float Stone on the active, put a DC on this guy, retreat into the Glade. We'll Premonition number 1. Well, Special Charge, shuffle the DCs back in our deck, so 1. Definitely just misplay there. Didn't mean to play that 1 in there. Oh boy. Alright, so Premonition, look at top 4 cards of our deck. Field Blower, not going to matter too much. I'm still going to play it just to play it this turn. We're going to grab a DCE for the following turn. Or we can guarantee a knockout next turn, grabbing these 2 cards no matter what. And I think that's the better play for sure. Oh, we got 3 anyway, so that's fine. So put those 3 cards in our hand. We will Abyssal Hand for 3. Alrighty. And we will use a Sensitive Blade here. Now, one thing we have to worry about is this Divide GX. At any moment, he can put 10 damage counters on the field. Gallade does have 90 HP left, so he can put 9 there and maybe 10 somewhere else. There we see a Garbodor coming down. It's not the Garbotoxin, which is great for us. And our opponent will need... well, he has 1 retreat cost, so I guess that's fine either way. But now we have another EX attacker we take out pretty easily, which is fantastic. We see a Psychic going to Garbodor, okay. Let's see, what can happen here? They're going to retreat to Garbodor. He's going to take a knockout going down to 4. Gallade can then take a knockout. We can put a DC in the routes. What I might do is actually just Lysandre the Espeon, take a knockout, then try to take a knockout that guy, and just stream knockouts for 2 turns. I think that might be the correct play here. So we get a Hex Maniac. So I'm going to Lysandre. Bring up this guy. It doesn't really matter too much in my head. So bring up this guy. We'll Field Blower. Get rid of 1 and 2. Alright. We'll put a DC on this guy. We will Premonition, look at top 4 cards of our deck. We'll put a Rare Candy, Gallade, and Mallow, Tapu Lele, and Kukui. Alrighty. Then we will use Abyssal Hand number 1 to draw 2 cards. We get the Rare Candy Gallade. So good. So good. Alright, we'll Premonition again. We'll put a Rescue Stretcher, Mallow, Kukui. And the other cards don't matter because we're going to Mallow regardless. We'll put those cards up our deck, okay? We will Abyssal Hand for another 2. The Rescue Stretcher. With the Rescue Stretcher, we're going to shuffle 3 cards back in our deck. Shuffle 3 Pokemon from discard back in our deck. We'll grab a Ralts, and a Gallade. Alright. We will retreat into the non-Float Stone Gallade. It doesn't really matter, so yeah, I'm going to send the Gallade with the Float Stone and we'll Sensitive Blade. We're going to keep this one just in case we Choice Band or something like that. 130, we go down to 3 price cards, so 1 and 2. We grab a Level Ball and a Float Stone. Level Ball will be fantastic, because we can grab a Ralts next turn. We see Garbodor coming up onto our opponent's turn. Let's see what's going to happen. We have the return knockout Gallade, and as long as we knock out this Espeon, maybe this turn, there's an Ultra Ball. Go discard 2 cards from his hands. The only card we have to really worry about is a Hex Maniac. So Trubbish come down, okay, or Garbotoxin. Both those cards would be pretty bad for us. So Garbodor, Trubbish come down, Psychic Energy, Float Stone. Does he have an N? Choice Band to the Garbodor, and there's a VS Seeker. Does he grab an N here? N is not going to hurt us, so he's going to grab a Sycamore, discard his hand, drawn 7 new cards, and with this, we need to find a Rare Candy, a VS Seeker. If we could do that, knock out the Espeon, we'll be pretty set to go, I think. I don't know if he plays a Garbotoxin Garbodor, which is what I'm scared of. So Trubbish, Garbodor, or Oricorio, okay. Oricorio's not that scary right now for sure. And we see Trash Lynch for the knockout, of course. Alright, doing 560 damage. Alright, so send a Tapu Koko on our turn. Let's see what happens. So we get a Ralts. We'll put that down immediately. We will Float Stone and Octillery. We will Level Ball for another Ralts. Okay. Oh man, it is... In the top 5 cards of our deck, do we see a... We still have Mallow. We get Mallow to guaranteed a Rare Candy, Gallade for next turn. But if we Abyssal Hand, draw 1... I'm gonna Sense the Blade first. Let's Premonition. Can we find a VS Seeker top 5 cards of our deck? And we do. We'll grab a VS Seeker. Wow. Rare Candy. I guess it doesn't matter afterwards because we're gonna Mallow, put 2 cards top of our deck. Yeah. We're gonna have the VS Seeker for Lysandre, bring up this guy, and we're going down to 1 prize card. Alright, so let's do this, guys. Let's Abyssal Hand for that 1 card, grabbing the VS Seeker for Lysandre, bringing up that Espeon, and the pressure is definitely on my opponent now. So we'll grab the Lysandre, bring it to the Espeon GX. Okay, so we'll Lysandre bring this guy up. We will Abyssal Hand for 1. Alright. And we find a Rare Candy. Okay, so we will retreat into the Gallade. And we will Sensitive Blade for the knockout, going down to 1 prize card. Alright, guys, can we do this or not? There's a Choice Band and a Ultra Ball. That will get us the Gallade. We get the Mallow for the DC and win the game, knocking out Garbodor as long as he does not get a Garbotoxin Garbodor. There's a Field Blower, getting rid of the Float Stone off the Octillery. Okay. Alright, there's a Psychic Energy to Trubbish. There's a Sycamore. Sycamore, discard his hand, drawn 7 of cards. It's only out right now is to find a Float Stone and a Garbotoxin Garbodor. So Float Stone and a Trash Lynch, and we'll take the game, taking down the Trash Lynch Garbodor Espeon deck, a pure weakness deck, and we still take it down here, which is fantastic. And you can see why you can beat Draft by Garbodor. So there's Tapu Lele. We just gotta make sure we do this stuff right. So we'll Ultra Ball, discard a Brigette and a Hex Maniac. Let's look through our deck. There's a Gallade. And there's a DC in there. So yeah, we'll grab the Gallade. We will Rare Candy into the Gallade. Put down a Choice Band. Mallow for 2 cards in our deck. And with this Mallow, we'll grab a DC. And it doesn't really matter. We'll grab a Special Charge. We will Abyssal Hand for 3 new cards in our deck, and we'll grab a DC, and we'll take a game against a Garbodor, a Tapu Lele deck. And there we go. Opponent gets seed in the game, knowing that, hey, I don't have this. Even then, we could have Special Charged, shove more DCs back in our deck. We would have got the guaranteed. Well, we had Premonition still, so we would have been fine that way. Really cool. And there is the Tapu Lele, not Tapu Lele. This is the I can't even talk right now. It's so hot. The Gallade Octillery deck. And there you go, guys. If you're wondering, is this that good? Today I proved it. Like, we took down a pure weakness deck, and we were able to concede that. And that's just how strong Mallow plus Octillery plus Premonition it is. It's kind of like cheating, because you guarantee the cards on top of your deck. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you test this deck out. It is fantastic. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.